Now that's a prize-winning pumpkin, I thought to myself as I gazed upon the massive orange gourd sitting in my front porch. I had spent weeks carefully tending to the vines in my garden, hoping to grow the biggest pumpkin I could for the annual Halloween contest in our small town. But as I admired my handiwork, something about the pumpkin made me uneasy. Its surface was perfectly smooth, without any of the bumps or ridges that pumpkins usually have, and the stem? It was almost too perfect, like it had been carved out of ivory. I tried to shake off the feeling and went inside to prepare for the contest. But as the sun began to set and the other contestants arrived, I couldn't help but notice that something was off about the pumpkin. It seemed to be pulsing, almost as if it were alive. As the night went on, I found myself drawn back to the pumpkin, unable to look away. Its surface began to warp, twisting into grotesque shapes that made my stomach churn, and then, without warning, it began to move, rolling off the porch and onto the ground. I followed it, unable to resist the feeling of dread that filled my chest. It led me deep into the woods, where I stumbled upon a clearing filled with other pumpkins, all with the same smooth surface and ivory stems. It was then that I realized the horrifying truth. These were not pumpkins at all, but something far more sinister. They were eggs, waiting to hatch and release their monstrous offspring into the world. I knew then that I had to destroy them, to prevent the horror that would come if they were allowed to hatch. With shaking hands, I raised my axe and began to swing, smashing each egg one by one. But it was too late. The first one had already hatched, and its offspring was now hunting me through the dark, twisted woods. As it closed in on me, I knew that my fate was sealed. I had been too ambitious, too eager to win the contest. And now, I was paying the price. With a final, blood-curdling scream, I fell to the ground, my body consumed by the creature that had hatched from my prize-winning pumpkin. There we go, spooky people. That was day 3 with our prompt. Now that's a prize-winning pumpkin. And judging, by the story, you kind of have to wonder, what did our beautiful little character do to create a literal, horrifying creature egg? Or I guess we'll never know. That's the fun of this, right? And with that, please enjoy my beautiful speed build in the background. And stay spooky, people!